Hi, Lisa Lewis here. So I wanted to describe what a heart wall is. And a heart wall is a cluster of emotions that surrounds our heart. The heart is the core of our being. They say that the output of the heart is 60 times stronger than the cranial brain. And the brain and the heart store our traumatic events. Now, who we are is imprinted in our hearts. Physically, spiritually, emotionally, it's all imprinted within our hearts. And that's why they say if you are a heart donor recipient, you have the likes and dislikes and feel many of the same things as your donor, because our heart, who we are, is so embedded in the heart. So in the beginning of our lives, most of us don't have a heart wall, but throughout life's emotional stresses, emotions start to build up around our heart. And how that's happening is through our subconscious. Our subconscious has one job, it's to keep us alive. And so what it's trying to do during these traumatic events is it's trying to protect the heart from breaking, from hurting, from getting damage of any kind, because it's so vital to our lives, right? And so when you're going through that divorce, when you're going through that abusive relationship with your spouse or your parents, it's protecting it, it's putting a shield around it, an energetic force field to protect it. Because sometimes we even feel that pain that's around our heart. We may feel a pressure on our chest. We may have a hard time breathing. That's just all the heartache that's happening to us through these traumatic events. So the subconscious is trying to help us by putting these layers of emotions, kind of in a way deadening the impact of all of these events and these emotions by layering it all on there. But then what ends up happening is those emotions stay there. So imagine if you're at a really loud concert and the speaker starts blaring right on the side of your head, and so you use your hands to cover your ears because you're trying to protect an important sensory organ of yours. And so you put your ears there, but imagine you leave the concert and you're on your way home and you still have your hands on the side of your head covering your ears. And now imagine you living that way constantly every day with your hands covering your ears. You would be hearing muffled everything. Everything would sound muffled. And it's the same for your heart. You have all these emotions that had an intention, they had a purpose to protect at that time. But say you've gone through the divorce, you've gone through the traumatic event, or got out of that relationship or what have you, but now those emotions aren't necessary, but they remain. They are still there. Just like your hand covering your ear, those emotions are still there, causing it to be difficult for you to do a lot of things and feel a lot of things. Now, some of the things that you may notice in yourself or in others of what some of the symptoms of a heart wall is that the heart, the emotions of the heart of love, of joy is quieted. And because of that, you may experience, or someone you know and love may make decisions from their brain and not their heart. So their decisions are emotionless. Maybe you notice that you or someone you love does things without the consequence of how it might make others feel. That's another symptom of a heart wall. And there's other, like, you lack intuition, you lack empathy, you can't see other people's point of view. You don't know what it feels like. You can't even imagine what it feels like to live in someone else's shoes, and there's just no empathy there. You lack a higher level of consciousness, like you can't fathom that there's a higher level of consciousness out there. You don't act out of kindness. You act more out of personal reasons, selfish reasons. Maybe you feel disconnected from other people, or you know someone who does this. You feel stuck, like it's constantly, you're just getting by through life. You have creative blocks. You're feeling unmotivated. You self-sabotage. What a lot of people feel because of these layers are there when they're trying to give love and joy and gratitude to someone. Those people don't really feel it because it's going through these layers of abandonment, fear, worry, hatred, all these blaming emotions. So it's going through those emotions to get to that person so they don't feel it. And, turning it around, you with the heart wall can't feel the love and joy from other people because it's going through the resentment, the frustration, the blaming, the hatred. It's going through all those things, so it's hard. Now, each emotion is a layer that was put on through all these traumatic events. And some events had multiple layers, created multiple layers. Other events just one or two. And so through the emotion code, we go in and release all of these layers of the heart wall one by one. Most people take about 3 to 5 sessions, I would say, to remove their entire heart wall, depending on the traumatic issue and depending on how much your body will allow to release. But once this is gone, you just have this inner sense of peace. You just start to understand people. You have a deeper sense of compassion. You feel like people's love and attention and affection. Your love and attention is felt unlike before, and it doesn't matter what our differences are. It doesn't matter that you have a different opinion from someone else. You still have this unconditional love that now you can express. So if you want any help with this, or if you know you have a family or friend or loved one that needs help with this, please go visit my website at lovewithnoconditions.com. Under the emotion code, there is a section about the heart wall. Feel free to book a session there or message me there, ask some further questions. There's also a part there where you can get a free session where we just chit chat for 15-20 minutes and talk about whether or not this is the right fit, or this is the right fit for someone you love. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Let me know if I can help to your health.